Yeah, so this is going to be, what I'm going to be talking about today, I guess. Because it's interesting to me, it's interesting to me. It's valid. It's something that you can actually have meaningful discussion on, like what I'm doing with my channel, there can be meaningful discussion about this, and not just to focus on my channel, but just in general, like what are people doing with their channels? What is going on with all this? It's a meaningful and fascinating subject. What is going on with all these channels on YouTube and BitChute and Rumble and Odyssey and stuff, and as it relates with my channel, because I'm doing a channel. Like, what is this all about? It's just a fucking massive rabbit hole to go into, right? And it gets into, like, what is going on with social media. YouTube is a social media platform. BitChute is a social media. What is going on with this? Because I'm participating in it. Here's my channel here. What is going on with my channel in relation to, like, what is going on with these platforms? Like, what is going on here? What is the point of me doing this? What am I even doing? It actually is a meaningful or meaningful discussion can take place on this. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing on this fucking platform? Is there any point to any of this? Well, and that's subjective to the viewer. But it is something that's, and it's worth exploring. I mean, look at YouTube, for example. What is YouTube doing? Well, YouTube is destroying people's minds, just like mainstream media. So, and then that's debatable. People could say, well, even though you're right, there are some YouTube channels that are really putting out good stuff. And it's like, that's what everybody's saying, but that's subjective. That is totally subjective. Like, I'll do it, for example, I'll do a video where I talk about LSD. And then the algorithm will show all these videos. And they're all overproduced. All these overproduced videos with the latest technology. They've almost like a polished turd. And the subject is like DMT. Usually it's DMT. Why? Because that's what's popular. Why is DMT popular? Well, that's subjective. Some people could say, well, the reason DMT is popular in YouTube is because so many people are waking up, and because of DMT has just opened their eyes to what's really going on, and la la la. And this is not a new story. Well, that's what LSD was about in the 60s. It's all the same thing, And when you look back in the history of LSD, all kinds of people were saying that, but then all kinds of people were getting institutionalized because they went their brains got melted by LSD, And then it's just a rabbit hole. Like, well, DMT is different. DMT is different. It's like, haven't you ever heard the song, Huey Lewis song, I Want a New Drug? It's all about that. All this is subjective. Like, Huey Lewis's song, I Want a New Drug, implies that there is nothing new under the sun. Every drug is the same. Everybody wants some new drug that's not going to melt your brain and end up fucking putting you in a mental institution because it turned you into a retard and all this stuff. So it's all subjective, But DMT is, like, really popular on YouTube. And then people want to justify anything and everything that's popular. Well, the reason it's popular isn't because it's stupid. And so, going back to this channel, like, what am I doing? Well, what am I doing with this channel? Okay. And that's a perfectly reasonable question to ask. And one way to kind of look at what am I doing with this channel is like, compared to what? Compared to what everyone else is doing? Sure. Well, let's look at what everyone else is doing. Monetizing their channel with sponsors and stuff. And then you got all these people that will justify it. Because they'll justify a channel doing product placement with sponsors and stuff. They'll justify it by saying, well, that everybody has to make a living, blah, blah, blah. All this rationalization of that, justifying that. But then you've got people like Bill Hicks, for example. The famous Bill Hicks quote where he says, if you do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call forever. You're just another fucking corporate fucking shill at the capitalist fucking gangbang. Everything you say is suspect. And every word that comes out of your mouth is now like a turd falling into my drink. I mean, and this is not popular. Most people, the popular thing is to rationalize someone's sponsoring their videos with survival food and commercial and monetizing their videos. Like, this has become normalized where it's just like, well, that's, and everybody's defending all these shills that are constantly putting product placement in their videos all the time. And you can't find channels that aren't doing that anymore. That's what the whole thing has become is monetize your channel, monetize your videos. Where is it that someone isn't doing that? And even if you can say, well, this channel isn't, or my channel isn't, well, any channel that isn't doing that, they're shadow banned. You can't find them. They're like almost impossible to find. All this is subjective. Like, what am I doing with my channel? Well, that's just subjective. Like, some people may not like it, and some people might. This is why I bring up Thelonious Monk. Thelonious Monk, he's right. What Thelonious Monk's last words were on his deathbed was totally correct. He was right in every true. It's just pure truth that cannot be argued. When Thelonious Monk says, don't do what other people are doing. See, Thelonious Monk was a content creator. He created music. He created music. He was a content creator. And in reference to content creation, Thelonious Monk said, don't do what people want. Fuck what people want. Do what you want and let people catch on. See, I already knew that before I discovered the Thelonious Monk's famous last words. That's why when I discovered him, it resonated with me because I already do. Yes, he just happened to articulate it, whereas I just knew it, but I could never really articulate it as well as Thelonious Monk did in his famous last words. Don't do what the people want. Do what you want. Now look at what everyone is doing. Are they doing what they want, or are they doing what people want? Are they doing what the people want? And so this is a culture war. This content creation thing with YouTube and BitChute and Odyssey and all the fake fucking product placement monetization people have completely taken over every fucking platform. Like in drove, that's all it is constant, nonstop product. Like, none of these people are regarding what Bill Hicks said when Bill Hicks said, if you do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call forever. That's the way it should be. But we live in an inverted reality where all these people who run their channels like fucking commercials are the ones that are dominating every fucking platform. And so it's very easy to look at my channel and be like, well, you need to, you know, do what these other guys are doing. And, you know, the adpocalypse completely destroyed YouTube. And the adpocalypse was all about making their videos commercial friendly so that companies could run ads on that channel, and then the channel could get a kickback of the, and everybody started doing that. All these channels started doing that, and any of the good ones, they all just disappeared. That's how YouTube aborted itself. So anyways, I'm not saying this like, I'm not personalizing, I'm just expressing my feelings. This is how I feel, you know, and this is what I'm doing with my channel, is just whatever I'm doing. And it really resonates with Thelonious Monk, who said, don't do what people want, do what you want. And I'm not doing this like a cookie cutter thing where I'm just following what Thelonious Monk said as marching orders. I'm telling you, I've felt that way in my bones before I ever come across Thelonious Monk's famous last words. When I finally did come across them, it resonated with me because I already understood that concept. And you have masses of people that do not understand that at all. And so you got like Thelonious Monk. Bill Hicks said the same thing with his, when you do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call forever. It is no longer art. It is no longer content creation. It is only all about, you know, that's it. And Bill Hicks is as right as Thelonious Monk was. And then Frank Zappa, the exact same thing. These are the real people that somehow made it into the public eye. Well, and the reason they did is because they deserve to. But the majority of all the people in the public eye are always with the product placement, always selling out. And then you've got these masses of people who can't tell the difference between the two. They can't tell the difference between hype and buzz. And so that's why people like Frank Zappa devoted their entire career and their entire life to trying to wake people up. Like, dude, you don't see the difference between the product placement, sellout, commercialized cunt and the person who's just real, being real. And people don't see the difference. You know, I did a video last night going back into Trump versus Kamala. Like, it is absurd the amount of people that cannot see the difference between Trump and Kamala and go on, fucking masses of black masses of just totally fucking blue-pilled dumb fucks that go on endlessly all day of how Trump and Kamala is the same thing. Like, that's like saying Frank Zappa and Katy Perry is the same thing. It is retarded. Like, and so going back to social media and my channel and other channels and looking at all of this, like other channels, my channel, social media, product placement, adpocalypse, all this stuff. What is social media? It's just a brain rot. It's total brain rot. And all YouTube is social media. BitChute's the same. It's just social media. It's brain fucking rot. I'm going off on a tangent. Okay, like I was talking with somebody this morning, and it inspired me to talk about this, you know. But it isn't like to, you know, cast shade on that person or anybody. It's just like, this is a very interesting subject, and it does bring up kind of emotion, because these people like Bill Hicks, pointing this out, and Frank Zappa and Thelonious Monk, and there's a lot of them who are all sick of all of this trash and garbage dominating everything. And every once in a while, something real gains traction. But as soon as it does, it just ends up categorized with all this trash and garbage, because the masses are just like seemingly completely brain dead, where they cannot even differentiate the difference between a channel that's just doing something real and a channel that's like, oh, let me pause and have a little break from this real thing to just let you guys know, this product here, and I really appreciate you guys, donating to my Patreon and all this stuff. It's all just a big fucking commercial. Beastie Boys is another one where they said everybody's acting like it's a commercial, acting like life is just a big commercial. Like, let's put product placement and adpocalypse and links to donations and links to my sponsor, and if you do this, click the sponsor link, it gets 25% off and I get a kick. Like, that's all this has become. And then you got these people that have been trying to push back and trying to open people's eyes for fucking decades, and it never even everything is just gradually getting worse and worse and worse. Even though the people that are pointing this out, they're the right ones, and all this other mass is just masses of garbage, and it's a culture fucking war. It is literally a fucking culture war. And I do get very, I'm like being snide. I am very snide of the whole thing, where all these people are rationalizing channels doing all this shit. It's like, what? And then these same people are the ones that they're saying that Kamala and Trump are the same thing. It is unbelievably stupid. Like, dude, you don't. So anyways, going back to like what am I doing with my channel? What is this channel platform? What is it with like all these channels on this platform? And what is my channel? And because when you look at my channel, well, the reference point is like, what are channels doing in reference to my channel? Like, what is going on with all of this stuff? Not just my channel, but just in general with YouTube and BitChute and Odyssey and Rumble. I'm telling you what it is. That's all it is. Like, the majority, 99.9% of it is all just this. It's all just like, and Frank Zappa and all these guys, they were trying to warn everybody decades ago, I don't know how old my average viewer would be, but like, I grew up in the 80s, where Frank Zappa was the only one that was on MTV trying to expose all this stuff. That they are ruining the art of content creation. The art of content creation is being destroyed through commercialism and all this monetization. Monetize your channel and all this stuff. And I mean, it's fair to criticize my channel and to be like, what is this, right? I totally understand that. But if that same person is supporting a channel that is doing all this adpocalypse, monetize your video, they support that channel, and then they want to try to criticize what I'm doing. Well, I mean, like, it is so easy to challenge that person's perspective, where it's like, okay, my channel is sucks. Let's say we'll just go with that. My channel fucking sucks, right? Let's say you got a group of people that are like, this guy's channel totally sucks. Meanwhile, they go and support the channel that is monetizing their videos and product placement and everything else. Well, that channel, just by principle alone, I don't care how good their content is, when they're doing this, they suck more than mine does. No matter what I do, no matter how low my viewership is, no matter how low my subscriber base is, no matter how low my thumbs up are, anybody that's so like dense that they can't see that the channel that's monetizing and product placement and sponsorship and links to sponsors and all, they suck just out of principle alone. Bill Hicks was right. You do anything like that, your art sucks like immediately. Your art goes in the category of flush it down the fucking toilet. And so that's another reason I just do what I want, because it's so easy to outshine 99% of these channels that are so supposedly good. There is nothing ever good about any of that. It's diarrhea that's to be flushed down the fucking toilet. And you got these masses and billions of fucking dumb sheeple that are supporting all these monetized channels, and they're just, and even when you do watch them, all they do is pump out half-truths, because their channel is about catering to their audience, not about telling the fucking truth about anything. It's about this, always. And these masses of people that can't understand that, either can't or won't, because they refuse to, like, you'll never penetrate them. You'll never open their eyes. They will always be blind. They will always be plugged in. They will always defend the fucking system. They will always support it, no matter what. They're always going to jump on whatever's trendy. It doesn't matter. It's just, if it's trendy, then let's rock and roll. Let's ride it like the fucking, but it's all one big massive joke. 99% or more of all of these channels are all fake product placement, grifting, shill. And so just based off of that principle alone, my channel is superior. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not. And if that means I'm not going to get any views and any likes and any subscribers, totally cool. I don't care if my channel does suck. It'll never suck as bad as any channel that's selling out. That's doing everything that Frank Zappa stood against. That's doing everything that Bill Hicks stood against. That's doing everything that Thelonious Monk stood against. These people, and there's many others, they've been right all along. And all you people that are supporting all these people that are doing the product placement and the commercialization of their channel and monetization of their channel, all you people supporting them, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. You're better off watching a channel like mine that isn't monetizing their channel. And like I said, the majority of people, they're just totally lost. They're never, ever going to open their eyes to this truth. They will always, always follow the fucking money. It's always going to be that. And so that is, if my channel is going to suffer because the masses are just checked the fuck out, I don't care. Somebody can come and say, dude, your channel, why are you, what's going on, la, la, la. It's like, I don't even care, because like I said, I already know my channel is superior to any and every channel that does this shit. Monetization and all this stuff. Bill Hicks was right. You do any kind of shit like that, you are off the artistic roll call forever. It is no longer about the art. It is solely only about bringing in the 5 and 6 figures a year and getting shown in popular and trending. That's all it's about. It has nothing to do with the art of content creation. Bill Hicks was right. You're just another corporate fucking shill. You're just another whore at the capitalist gangbang. You're just another fucking corporatist capitalist shill at the fucking gangbang. And everything you say is now suspect. Everything you say is suspect. I don't care how true it is. And every word that comes out of your mouth is now like a turd falling into my drink. So anyways, again, this isn't to specifically cast shade on anybody or anything. It's just, this is what my channel is all about. And so here we go.